On September the 30th, 1955, the Rebel Without a Cause actor James Dean was involved in a head-on collision in his Porsche Spyder, which he affectionately had named Little Bastard. But the young actor sadly died upon arrival at the hospital. He had suffered a broken neck, multiple fractures to the upper and lower jaw, both right and left arms were broken, and he had internal injuries. Now, apparently after the death of James Dean, it is said that the car went on to have a legacy all of its own, as many claim the vehicle was cursed, including Sir Alec Guinness, the actor who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars movies. One night, as Sir Alec Guinness was leaving a restaurant after being refused a table due to it being fully booked, he bumped into James Dean, who was driving the Porsche, which had been delivered to him that very day. In Alec Guinness's autobiography, he apparently warned James Dean not to ride in the Porsche by saying the following.
And I said, "Have you driven it?" He said, "No, I've never been in it at all." And some strange thing came over me, some almost different voice. And I said, "Look, I won't join your table unless you want me to, but I must say something. Please do not get into that car. Because if you do," and I looked at my watch, and I said, "if you get into that car at all, it's now Thursday, whatever the date was, 10 o'clock at night, and by 10 o'clock at night, next Thursday, you'll be dead if you get into that car." I said, "Oh, nonsense." So I went and had dinner, we had a charming dinner, and he was dead the following Thursday afternoon in that car.
Apparently the car was a write-off, but it was purchased by George Barris, who was a car customiser, and its parts were reused in other vehicles, and the rest of the wreck was restored and placed on display at various venues. Over the years, there have been stories of mysterious fires starting out whilst the car was stored in a garage, as well as causing many accidents during its travels. Apparently on one occasion, whilst the car was being unloaded into a shop owned by Barris, it fell onto the mechanic, breaking both his legs. Another time, whilst on display, it fell off a stand and broke a boy's hip. As well as this, it was said that the remains of the Porsche were involved in accidents whilst being transported, apparently falling from the trailer, killing a truck driver. The Porsche's engine was restored and placed inside a Lotus husk and sold to Dr. Troy McHenry, who was killed after racing the car and crashing into a tree. Apparently Barris also fitted a transaxle salvaged from the Porsche Spyder to another doctor's car, and after a very serious accident in the car, the doctor was sadly left paralysed. And the car was also said to dish out its own punishment to thieves, after someone attempted to steal the steering wheel and ended up with a broken arm. Despite all of this, it is said that Barris was a bit of a con man, and the curse was simply fabricated by him to sell more tickets to view the restored Porsche, which, it is rumoured, may have been rebuilt using sheets of aluminium and passed off as actual parts of the actual car, of the actual wreck, made to look damaged with only certain parts of the car being the original. So maybe the car was cursed or maybe it wasn't, but the great Sir Alec Guinness certainly thought it was, and that's good enough for me.